Hey everybody, welcome back. Good afternoon. I just want to talk briefly a few minutes here, very quickly about the trades that have already happened and the signings and the potential signings, the free agency thing. A lot of veteran free agents that are up in the air right now where they are going to go. So let's just dive right into it. I got my list here. So John Morant, he went from the Memphis Grizzlies, a trade to the Portland Trailblazers, and Portland was pretty decent last year. And there was talk about him possibly Morant possibly going to the Bulls, possibly them sign him, but they got him on Portland, so I think Portland's going to be a much better team this year. The big thing is Bronny James and LeBron James. I don't know if they really want to stick together. It sounds like they really do. It's up in the air. The main three teams they've been talking about, mainly because of prior stints, there's talk about LeBron James possibly going to Cleveland for a third stint, possibly going to the Golden State Warriors, possibly going to for a second stint with the Miami Heat. And they were saying that the Cavs were more than likely the ones to land Bronny James. But then I just checked it yesterday, and then they said he's more than likely going to stay with the Lakers. But LeBron is all about winning. He can't win a championship anymore with the Lakers. So I don't really know what he's going to do. I don't know if they really want to stick together, if they're okay with breaking up. It's up in the air, but supposedly a decision is going to be made pretty soon. So we'll see what happens there. That's the big story. And LaMelo Ball is with the Timberwolves now. He went from the Hornets to the Timberwolves in a trade. And there's no talk about Kevin Love. He already had a stint with the Cavs, formerly with the Timberwolves, but he was with he's a free agent now with the Jazz. They just let him go, and there's talk about him possibly going to the Cavs if LeBron were to go back to the Cavs for a reunion, championship reunion. And Kevin Durant is still with the Rockets, but I guess he wants out of there. I guess he really wants to play with the Pistons. He wants to play with Cade Cunningham. So we'll see what happens there. And Miami's going to be a good team this year. They got the Greek Freak, and he's going to make them a lot better. If LeBron did go back to Miami, they'd be a dangerous team. They're picked to go to the Eastern Conference Finals at least this season. So we'll see what happens. And then let's see, Kawhi Leonard. There's talk about he's still with the not a free agent. He's still with the Raptors, but there's talk about him possibly going back, or he's with the Clippers, not a free agent, but there was talk about him possibly going back to the Raptors for a reunion there. Then there was also talk about him going back to the Spurs, where he previously played before the Clippers. And there was DeMar DeRozan. I'm surprised that the Sacramento Kings let him go because he was an all-star. I'm surprised the Bulls let him go. He was one of their best players, but yeah, he's a free agent. And there's talk about him going back to the Raptors as a reunion if Kawhi Leonard did go back there. And Kyle Lowry, I guess he's retired. He wanted to retire as a Raptor. So he was with the Clippers, but he signed like a one-day contract with the Raptors just so he could retire with them, that organization. And that was a big trade with the Celtics and the 76ers. Yeah, Paul George and Jaylen Brown. I was surprised the Celtics. Paul George is a great player, but I think Jaylen Brown is a little better. So I was really surprised they did that flip flop there. We'll see how the Celtics do this year. They had Jason Tatum back from his ACL tear, or was it Achilles tendon, one of the two. And Kyrie Irving, not a free agent, but he's still with the Mavericks. There's talk about him possibly going somewhere else. Same thing with Russell Westbrook. And I already talked about DeMar DeRozan. And I think Jimmy Butler, there was talk about him possibly going back to Miami, where he previously played. But I think he's going to stay with the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry. And Michael Conley, a big signing. He's a veteran, signed with the Celtics. And then we have more veterans here. Taj Gibson previously played most of his career with the Bulls, but now he's going to be with the Grizzlies from the Hornets. Jeff Green is a free agent. So I wonder where he's going to go next. And let's see. Then Al Horford, yeah, he's a veteran and he's going to stay with the Warriors. But the East is going to be really good this year. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers, Miami, Atlanta is going to be good. I think even the Bulls will be good this year. I didn't really have much hope for them, but they got that number 3, number 4 pick, Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina, kind of like Jordan. And the summer league so far, they've only played 3 games, but he looks like a beast. He can shoot the outside 3, and he can also take it to the basket for layups for dunks. He can also shoot the mid jumper. He seemed like he could do it all. His first game, he had 35 points. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to this year. So that's all I have to say about that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all real soon with another video. Have a great rest of your week, everybody, and a great weekend. Talk to you all soon. Bye.